people who are bitter. We also see those who want to harm others, commit crime. But the question is that how can we truly find that happiness?
It's a good question. So I think that the true mission or the reason that we are all live in the very deep source is to gain happiness. You know, we're doing many things around it. You know, we want a good relationship, we want money, we want success, we want many things, but everything we do at the core is just to gain one thing. We want happiness, we want joy. And there is so many ways to get happiness. You can get happiness in the wrong ways, and you can get happiness at the right way. How you know if this happiness, if this way that you're getting your happiness, it's the right way? Every happiness that came to your life that fade away right after, it's false. Every happiness that it's remain constant, it's true. So now we see ice cream and we have a passion for this ice cream, and I say this ice cream will make me happy. I eat it, but even in the middle of the ice cream, I say I don't want it anymore. It's too much for me. And my happiness is disappear. But if now I'm giving my time and my love to my children, this is something that will not fade. It will stay forever. As I wrote in the book, I think you put it here, everything that we take for ourselves will not remain, and the only things that will remain is what we gave to others. And this is the basic thing for happiness. Now, the chapter for happiness, I will just give it to you in highlights, but everyone want to be happy. But if I now will ask someone in this crowd and ask what you need to do or what causing you to be happy, nobody really know, or most people don't really know what they need to wake up in the morning and what action they need to take in order to really be happy. And I'm talking about the sustainable happiness. And that's why I thought that a chapter for happiness is something that we all need to have in front of our eyes all the time. So happiness, first of all, is coming only from inside. My attitude, my point of view on the world will determine if I will be happy or not. We can take the same occasion of two people. Now I will have a flat tire in my car, and someone else will get a flat tire in my car. I will go out and say, and can say, it depends here what I'm thinking, and can say, thank God, this is accurate for me, and it's for good. Maybe, without this tire, 10 meters forward, I would have an accident that will finish my life. Another person can have this flat tire, curse the car, curse his wife, curse the people that throw these screws on the road, and will have a very, very bad day. What's the difference? It's only the attitude. And it starts with the small thing, and it can go to very big things. I'm looking at religious people in Israel that, and in many countries. And I'm on the way. I'm not considered myself yet as enough religious. But I looking at these people, and even when they are losing family members that die, as a Jewish, we have, it's 7 days called Shiva, 30 days when we go to the grave, and then we just need to release it. You cannot continue to cry on something that God, you can, but you decide to yourself that you create your own misery. So we have the power within us to decide if I want to be happy, or I decide not to follow the rules and have suffering in my life. In nature, everything have only 2 directions, either growth or contraction. Nothing stay at the same place. The only straight line we can have in our life is when we are in the hospital and you look at this television and the line will become flat and it's the dead end. So in order to gain happiness in our life, we need to be in constant growth. Growth brings us happiness. Growth, even when you look at it, there is a hormone in the body that when we in a growth status, our chemical bring us joy and happiness. So we need to make sure that we are working to make growth in any aspect in our life. So you need to work on your personal growth. You need to work on your growth at work, with your wife, with your children, with hobbies. Everything that you will make sure it's not either go backward or standing still, and it will be in a growth, will contribute to your happiness.
Amazing.
One of the major thing that causing suffering, it's the gap between what we want and what we have. We call it the blueprint. Now, we cannot control on what we have. It's depend on many aspects. But we can control on what we want, on our willingness. And as I said before, if we learn to appreciate what we have in life and accept whatever we have. If we have very few, accept it. If you have more, accept it. If you have much more, accept it and even give it. But by accepting what you have and appreciate and be in a gratitude, this is the core element things to make you be happy in your life. So we need constantly and be focused on what we want. Now, what we want is basically split into 2 things. Is what we want that it's what we really need, and what we want because the environment is pushing us to have it. So if I want what others have, this is not a true want. This is not a true need. If I know to distinguish and focus in the things that I really want, and like I say, it's very minimal, I'm in the Wheat Baker hotel, but I just took water. I don't even want to eat. So why you want this Wheat Baker hotel? I can be without the breakfast. I just need a small bread and water, and I'm great. So minimal your wants or the things that you want that don't bring you real value. And when I say it's very sensitive, because don't think that, I have only water and I don't need anything in my life. It's good to want to grow and have more, but make sure it's the right thing. The right thing that will contribute to your family, that will contribute to your society.
That's it.
This is another very important. Being in gratitude, it's also another key element for happiness. By being on gratitude to everything, first of all, to God, for everything that is giving us. Be gratitude to anything that comes into our life, the good and the bad, because people want to gratitude only the good. But if you learn to gratitude everything that coming in front of you, you get a happy life. So this is something that all of us need to learn. The last major thing is generosity. As I say, in the end of the day, the only things that remain yours are the things you gave to others. So be generous. Like I said before, each one of you have a talent. Why you need this talent for yourself? How much you can get out of this talent? What you will do with it? But if you take your talent, if you are a singer or musician, and you share it with the world, you give the talent that the God give talent that you got and spread it like you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Kunik. Wow.
Thanks, Doctor.
Happiness. I think from what Kunik just said now, note that the interpretation you give to things, how you interpret situations, will either make you happy or cause you to be unhappy. Interpretation. He talked about the issue of having a flat tire. You have two set of people. One had a flat tire and said, look, I thank God I had this flat tire. Maybe this flat tire has saved me from an accident. That is one interpretation. The other guy had a flat tire and started cursing people, cursing himself, had trouble with his wife, became so sad. So you see two different people. One had a flat tire, said, Lord, I believe God is saving me from an accident. So the interpretation you give to things at times will cause you happiness or cause you pain. He talked about the aspect of contentment. At whatever stage you find yourself, you're struggling. You are hoping for something greater in the future. You have your plans, you're working towards it. You need to be happy. Be happy that you are alive. Be happy that you have a goal you set for yourself and you have vision, you're working towards something. Don't try to short-circuit the process. And that is what most young people do today. They want to defraud others to make money. When you defraud others to make money, it will not last. You'll go through pain. You can't have true happiness by causing others pain. So vital. You can't have true happiness by causing others pain. You need to spread love. Reach out to others. If you have been blessed by God, see how you can be of help to others. See how you can touch other people's life. There's an inward satisfaction and contentment that comes from touching other people's life and spreading that which God has given you. I mean, these are also part of the lessons we are learning. Most unhappiness today comes from what you think you want and your present state. he talked about accepting your current reality. When we learn to accept our current reality, I mean, not fighting with our current reality. In fact, I still recall the discussion I had with Nee, and I learned a lot from that. My meeting with him in Israel. He said most times we become so frustrated because we fail to accept our current reality. We try to fight it. And when you try to fight your current reality, you become frustrated, you go through pain. Accept it. Let's assume you lost your job. That's my reality at this point. You are hoping that something else better will come ahead of you. Yep. You are hoping and believe that, look, this is my reality. Maybe before you lost your job, you've had some money, you're living so great. Why don't you cut down on your expenses? Why don't you cut your coat according to your size? At this point in life, it's no longer what it used to be. When you accept that reality, that will help you to cope with every situation. But most times, you find yourself in certain position in your life, and then you're thinking about others. You're envious of others. You have that inner struggle, inner war. That on its own will cause you pain. At whatever state you find yourself, it said something, gratitude. The ability to say, look, I'm grateful. Most people think that until they have the whole money on the wall, the whole money, even those who are billionaires already, they are still seeking for more. They are giving their life, they want more. Think about it. You think that they are contented. No. Contentment is within. That you need that inner peace where you have that satisfaction. And you are grateful for what God has given you. You have a place to rest your head. There are those who don't have a place to rest their head. You need to realize that. There are those who have one car. They are mourning and crying that they don't have 2 or 3 cars. But there are those who go by foot, who don't have one car at all. So realizing that for every state you find yourself, there's that desire, you need that contentment. Why you have goals, that things that you're working towards. So contentment will also bring us peace. I can't imagine a young boy, 18 years, who said, I will not go to school again. It's 419. I want to make it overnight. And then laptop. And even the parents will tell them, look, don't you see your mates? And then what happens? The guy thinks that he can find true peace and satisfaction by causing others pain. There's no way you can find true peace and satisfaction. Because you know what? When you cause others pain, inevitably, that pain will come to you. What you sow, you reap. It's like night and day. There's nothing you can do to stop night from coming. So most people do certain things and they think that there are no repercussions. Things you do matter. Don't wish others evil. When people stumble or have challenges in their life, don't rejoice over their pain. Don't rejoice over people's pain. But you know what? If you learn to pray for people even when they are going through pain, you're going to find inner peace for yourself. Number one, not only that, in your own moment of difficulty, it will be easy for you to navigate through. There are those who rejoice over the misfortune of others. Don't do that. Very important. So, spread love. Don't hurt others. I usually tell people that, look, the summary of the Bible, people can interpret the Bible and then, give all kinds of interpretation. But the summary of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, as far as I'm concerned, is love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's the summary. Because if I love my neighbor, I will not want to hurt my neighbor. I will not want to kill my neighbor. I will not want my neighbor to have misfortune. Think about it. When you have that kind of mindset, it brings you peace. That is the summary of the Bible. There are those who can be prophet, they talk the whole prophet, they can harm others, then they can do evil. You're just wasting your time. You can have the whole title on the earth, but you're not obeying that golden rule. I'm telling you, you are nothing. Before God, you're nothing. So obeying that golden rule of love, of wanting to see others happy, successful, and also contributing to other people's happiness. When you contribute to people's happiness, it also helps to enhance your happiness. So Kunik, thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for Kunik. All right, so Nin, we're going to take two more. Okay, we're going to take two more and then we'll wrap up. Yes. All right, so let's talk about the formula for building a good relationship. How? Because we see a lot of trouble today in marriages. We see a whole lot of pain today. We see people go through a lot of pain in their marriage, and you see that people say a man murders a wife probably killed the husband. I mean, there's a whole lot of atrocities you hear in social media, you see it, and you're worried. So the question is that, how can we truly have a solid relationship in the family?
Thank you, Sam. So there are few principles that if we will follow, we will get long-term, healthy relationships. Who want a good, long-time, healthy relationship? Okay, that's great. So, just read it. It's in the chapter. It's very simple. It's so funny, but it's so sad because it's so simple. I will just wrap few elements that if you follow them, you will get a great relationship. And I think that one of the most important of them is taking responsibility. This is the number one failure that causing relationship to fall apart. And don't feel so bad because it's something that started long ago. When Adam and Eve was in paradise, God saw that they ate from the forbidden tree. So God come to Adam and say, "What have you done?" And what Adam say? "It's the women beside me tempted me." So God went to the women and asked, "What has you done?" And she said, "It's the serpent that tempted me." So from the first beginning, our failure is not learning to take responsibility, and that's why we were expelled from paradise. And it's the same thing today, in your day-to-day. If you are not taking responsibility, each and every day you are taking outside of paradise. Each day, each relationship can be heaven or can be hell. And we have our ability to choose each and every day what type of relationship we want. And this starts by taking responsibility. Another major things that I learned, and it changed my life, is it's quite deep. So bear with me. As I say before, life was designed and accurate, especially for ourselves. There is a self-provisioning, there is a providence on any one of us. And what we try to do is before that. So there is a providence on each one of us. And by understanding this providence, we understand that nothing needs to be changed. Everyone is perfect exactly as you are. Now, life sending you a lot of messages all the time. And if you are in a listening mode, and most of us, most of the time, not in a listening mode, you will hear God, creation, giving you signals for everything. There is nothing that happening into your life that is unnecessary. I need, part of my journey in this life is sitting here on this stage and give these messages to you. But another surprising thing is that your providence is sitting here now in this room and getting these messages. It's not coincidence, it's not luck, it's very, very, very accurate. So what's happening in reality, that the external world around us is just a mirror. It's a mirror for ourselves. Without this mirror, I don't know what to do. So God basically create a cinema around me with a lot of actors that assisting me in my journey. They bring Sam, they bring my wife, they bring Buddy, they bring all of you into this cinema to direct me what to do in my life. And instead of thanks God or thank creation for sending my wife to assist me in my journey, some people get nervous and say, why she's annoying me? Why this person is taking or disturbing me? But it's a mistake. You don't see the true reality. The reason when you sit with your wife and she make you anger, she's not the problem. You have anger within you, inside you. And as long you will not fix your problem, as long you will not clean your anger from inside, she will continue to get you angry. And if she will not do it, millions of other people will do it. The people in the office, the policemen on the road. God is generous. He will send you endless occasions to get better, to fix and move forward into the fulfillment of your purpose in life. So the external world is for you and is not against you. And by understanding that, life is changed. Relationship automatically change. How can I blame someone that came here to assist me? If you will notice, when we pointing on someone, we take our finger and point at him. But at the same time, there are 3 fingers that pointing back at me. It's because it's a mistake. The problem is not there. All the problem and all the difficulties and the default we see in others are rooted within us, within ourselves. And many people, when they look at the mirror and see a spot, they try to clean the mirror. Instead of cleaning the spot, it's on their face. And these are the key things to succeed in relationship.
Wow. Put your hands together for Kunik. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I want to say that this very topic is, and when it comes to relationship, is quite an important one. Especially the age we find ourselves, where a lot of people are afraid of getting married. 2, you hear that most people say, look, it's not I think marriage is no longer necessary. That is wrong. It's a big mistake. I want to say that if you listen to Kunik, the wife is a helper. God brought the wife to help him fulfill his purpose.
It's not only the wife, it's also the parents.
The parents, everyone.
The parents,
yeah.
and the sister, and the brother.
Yes, everyone. To help him fulfill his purpose. And the reality is that for you to truly appreciate that, by the way, my wife is not here today because she's even flying in today. Wow. She's with the children outside the country, so she's flying in today. So that's why she missed it. But I want to say something. What Nee just said is so vital. If you see your wife as a partner that God has given to you to help you fulfill your mission here on earth, you will ensure that you make the right investment in your partner to have a quality partner. And that investment is in different form, both emotionally. If Nee keeps stressing her wife not being in a good state of mind to provide him the support that he requires. And Nee talked about the fact is that if Nee says, look, you are causing me trouble, and fail to realize that he is the trouble even. If he continues that way without realizing that he needs to also deal with his own personal issue, the anger, and all he sees is the wife, then there'll be a big problem. So most times, relationship crumble because we fail to grow. Both parties need to grow. As a man, you must be thinking of how to help your wife have the true fulfillment in life. Your wife should be thinking how to help you also have a true fulfillment in life. You are not to be selfish and self-centered. You are working and complementing each other. So you make, and when I see, what I said this also with due respect, forget the fact that I believe if you have been doing it, you can change. That's why you need to hear what we're saying now. A man who cheats on the wife, when you cheat on your wife, you think it's ordinary. What happens when you cheat on your wife? You have invited the adversary. You have given the adversary the cutlass to invade your home. You can't cheat on your wife and remain the same. Your condition, your mindset can't remain the same when you cheat on your wife. There is a spiritual angle to marriage. We must honor. You know what I'm saying? So what people think, most of the time we try to create things, interpret things to suit us, to suit our weakness. It's a man's world. So I can have a wife and be jumping around ladies. That is weakness. The true strength that you have is the strength of commitment, your integrity. The person you know that this is my partner. I will not do anything to hurt this partner. I'm going to make investment in this partner to provide me the support I need. Because when you invest emotionally, invest not only emotionally, to help improve your wife spiritually, your wife also will be in the right frame of mind to bring you peace. But when you don't make that investment, and then you are out there as a man, you are looking at other ladies, within you already there's confusion. You can't achieve the true happiness and the true peace you seek for. And let me tell you the truth. I have 4 boys today, okay? If you put my boys and put my wife, I will choose my wife, not my boys.
Wow.
Let me tell you the reason. The reason is obvious. My wife is going to live with me forever till I pass on. My boys will go live their own life and be their own family. She is the one who is making the sacrifice for us to raise these kids in the right way. Both of us are making the commitment, making the sacrifice. So, but the mistake some men make today is that people just want to choose their children. No. Your children will grow to live their own life. So you need to build a relationship that will enable you raise great children. And raising great children involves being exemplary as a father. You can't be a father and you're on drugs, you are smoking, and tell your children not to smoke, not to be on drugs. The children don't only listen to what you say, they listen to what you do. And it's that solid example that helps to shape the life of your children. So you must be intentional and be deliberate about what you want. What kind of result you want. What kind of children you want to raise. If you want to raise great children, then you must be willing to make sacrifices in your life. Marriage is about sacrifice. You are thinking good about your wife, planning good about her. She's thinking good about you, planning good about you. And it comes to a point you are so connected that if you're going through pain, she immediately knows. If you are going through anything, your wife immediately knows that there's something wrong. We need to treasure our marriage. We need to treasure our relationship. We need to love, men need to love their wives. Wives, love your husband. We need to know that there's a sacrifice that's needed for us to get the kind of family that we want and raise the kind of children that we desire. And I pray that each of you, youth here, have a great dream. As a young boy, I said, I want to live a great life. I want to raise my great children. I want my children not to give me heartache. And while they were young, you know what I was doing? When I was coaching my children, I had my phone, I had a video, I had a camcorder right from a very long time. So I will record my children when I'm mentoring and training them. I'll tell those guys, I thought you as a father, I was also exemplary. If you derail in life, I'm going to show this video to your children that I taught you in life. And now they have grown. Some are graduated. Once in a while, I'll bring those clips. I'll send to them. Remember, this is 12 years ago while we were discussing it. They say, wow. The reality is that we must be intentional in raising our children. Where there's confusion in families today is that men are not really putting in what it takes. If you don't make sacrifices, you can't get out the right result. When my children went to study abroad, I told my wife, we need to also make sacrifice. You need to be with them for a while because we don't want to lose these children. Most parents can send their children abroad and they lose their children. We had to make up our mind to make those sacrifices. So when she goes there, I will not be here chasing ladies. No way. Because my wife is making sacrifice. The Bible says, deny yourself. People don't deny themselves. Jesus Christ even said it. He says you must deny yourself. People want to gratify the flesh and want the flesh to dominate and rule them, and then that causes them pain. So it's important that for everything you want in life, you can get. I think, Kunik, we should stop here. Thank you.
Each one, when you read the book or if during this event you got one tip that you think and believe that can assist another one, another children, another friend, someone out there, let's take this sentence, let's take this message and put it on the media. Let's put it on the social media with a picture at the book or address in the Amazon where they can download the book. The book is almost for free. It's for 99 cents. It's 500 naira for changing the life. I cannot give it for free in Amazon. That's why I choose the minimum possible. But it's nothing. Okay? So let's take a picture, take a short video, and publish it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever.
So can you all stand up and raise your book? If you have gotten one copy of the book, can you rise up? All right, rise up and then lift a copy of your book. All right? What you're going to do also when you record this book, or do your social media video, you tag Kunik at Kunik and also at Greatlife Confrence. Okay? You tag him, take a video, talk about one of the tips, whatever you've learned here from this book called The This is one of the tips that I've learned from this book. And I want you to go, tell people there, go out, check out this book, and I believe the book will impact your life. We want people to receive this book. Let this book be a manual. Let this book transform lives. Let this book change generation. Our desire is to see all youths read this book, because what they know and what they will imbibe in their young age will forever impact them. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. We're definitely blessed to be here. Thank you so much, sir. So now we'll actually like to go into a question and answer. If you have any questions, please can you write it in a piece of paper and then pass it to the front, and then we'll read them and we'll have people respond to your questions. Do we have questions? Does anyone have a question? You have a question? Please write it down and send it forward. If you do also have a question, please write it down and send it forward. And let's also not forget to make videos of the book when we actually do read it, or talking about how important it is and what we've learned from it. And the handles to tag are near Kunik, that is spelled Nirkunik. It's right there on the book, together with no spaces. And of course, Greatlife Confrence. Greatlife Confrence. All right. Please send in your questions now. We're actually going into the question and answer session right now. Thank you. So I'm going to read the first question. The first question, sir, is: how do you focus when you have 2 or more goals that you want to happen simultaneously?
Everything that we do must have priority.
Okay.
I believe that if you now have priority to be in work and do emails, but you have priority to be with your child, they cannot work simultaneously. You need to prioritize, and you need to give and allocate specific time for everything that's important in your life. So instead of, it's better the way I see it, it's better to stay 30 minutes with my daughter, focusing on her, give all my attention, 100% attention, rather than be full day with her while I'm doing 100 other things and I don't give the full attention. So it's a measure of focus in order to succeed, to work in few things simultaneously.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So I have another one here. If your mom and wife were drowning in a river, who would you save first? This one is from Olulode Daniel. Thank you, Daniel.
It's a good question. The truth is that there are few reasons. First of all, the truth is that I'm going to save my wife. One is because she's here, and my mom not.
Very smart.
Second, even in the Bible, there is no commandment to honor your children, because it's connected to your soul. It's part of you. And even the wife you choose, it's part of you. But there is a commandment in the Bible to honor your father and mother, because it's not straightforward. Okay? And the way I see it, and I'm here, I believe that we are all here in a journey of education, of enhance ourselves during this journey of life. And I believe that we all choose our parents. They didn't choose us. It's a new. I hope it's a new. I don't know if it's new to you or not, but I believe that the soul of each one of us choose the parents based on the challenges and the things that we need to educate and learn during this year. And this is nature. This is how nature works.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to take these questions, and both of them are actually very similar. How can I find my purpose in life? This one also asks, how can I discover myself?
Another great question. I must tell you that these students are amazing.
Yes, they are.
How you will know my purpose? It's very, very simple. Everything that you are willing to do for free, even if nobody will pay you for that, in these things that you are doing, your time is flying. You have the feelings that, boom, I'm focused on what I'm doing, but 4 hours pass. This is the things that you need to focus and do your entire life. If from the very young age, you love to sing. You want to sing to everybody. You want to sing to your friends, at any event. You say, I want to sing. You have a passion, you have a talent. You got a talent from God. This is your purpose. And if now I got a talent and I decide not to use it, I will suffer. So a singer or musician or a carpenter or a salesman that got a talent from God, from creation, and he will not use it, he will not be happy. And if you do the things that you do and you feel joy and love, you are at your right place. You are fulfilling your purpose.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. I'll ask this one to Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam, this question says, how can you go about launching out as a starter, unsure on how to start? Launching.
Okay, launching out as a starter. Okay, I want to say this, that for everything you want to do, there has to be a plan. Planning is very important. No matter the goal you want to achieve, you define this is what I want to achieve, the goal I want to accomplish. But the question is that, what are the activities, what must I then do to accomplish this goal? The goal is there, but there are things to do. There are activities to carry out. So you must set out a plan. It's not only sufficient to dream, to say I want to be this. There's also the aspect of activities. There's the aspect of the doing. There's the aspect of the effort you need to put in. And I want to say that as a startup also, things are not going to be rosy. You're going to face difficulties along the line. But you know what? Those difficulties that also come to you when you have your plan and then you're working towards it to accomplish it, it's part of what I call a test, the proving. When obstacle comes during those difficult times, you don't need to give up. You don't need to be fixated on one strategy. You must be flexible in your approach. You are working towards a goal. There's also need for flexibility on how to accomplish that goal, which is so vital and which is so important. Then, to accomplish whatever goal you set for yourself, there comes the discipline. Discipline is so important that you need to do what you need to do. When you need to stretch yourself, nothing good comes so easy. Most people will tell you that, look, they have run several businesses, they have failed in multiple businesses. Failure is not bad. With failure, you learn. You acquire experience. With failure, you learn and then you vary your approach and then you also launch out. So don't be afraid to fail. Most times people fail in one business, they give up. I know the multiple businesses I've done in the past that I failed in it. That's the reality. But then I've learned from those failures. So failure is part of life. And it's part of what molds you, strengthens you, helps you to build a character. Okay, so starting up, have your clear plan, what it takes. Those who are going to help you in that journey, identify them. Those you need to, for instance, this project. How did we achieve a project within 12 days of this nature? It's a project management. This is what I need to do. Neil knows, I told him, man, we're going to succeed from day one. We said it's going to be great. I keep telling Neil, we're going to be great, it's going to be great. He can tell you how many times I sent him a text. Neil, it's going to be great. First of all, I identified the task that needs to be carried out. I identified the resources that's needed, the people that needs to work with me to get this accomplished. And I need to assign those tasks, assign the individual, and also monitor and review. I need to be on top of my game too, because